call to order. First order of business is, Wayne wanting to move some money of some kind?
Oh, just the appropriation for moving, money within the mayor's salary budget, or within the service budget, so that we can pay the deputy mayor. We had a shortfall there because we paid, for training for the mayor, the deputy mayor there for 2.5 weeks or so.
We paid training to the deputy mayor for what?
For training. When Jacob was brought on, Stacy stayed for 2.5 weeks to get him training. And so she was paid. Yeah,
but do we do that for every deputy mayor that comes in?
Well, I don't know the last time a deputy mayor switched in the middle of a term, so I don't know.
But as far as I know, talking to past mayors all the way back to Franklin, it hasn't happened.
Sure. Yeah. No.
We're paying the old deputy mayor, training the new deputy mayor. Why?
So that he would be up to speed with what was going on when he took over.
Well, if the money wasn't in the budget, then they shouldn't have trained.
Well, the state gave us the approval that we could pay both out of the same line item, which is the mayor or the deputy mayor's salary scale. But they told us at the end you would have a shortfall for the difference between, because you pay two salaries one week or one.
All right, are we paying two deputy mayors plus the training?
No, you're just paying an extra week's salary on the deputy mayor's line item.
And that's how much money? And that's how much money?
$1,600.
$1,600 is what.
And this.
So $1,600 is what we're transferring?
Right. Now, this is coming out of gasoline, which I didn't use because I don't have a mayor's card.
Well, I can understand that. What gets me is back to the training. Because when someone's elected or they're appointed, do we send all these people through training?
Well, you and I went to training.
Well, that was AIM. That's a state project.
But I mean, that's training.
Yeah.
That's to provide the same thing for Jacob, is so that he would have that same training that Stacy.
And he could have had it come when AIM had another class. Yeah.
Yeah, but he would have been in office for 5 months.
Yeah.
So that's kind of putting him behind the eight ball and putting the city behind the eight ball, not having him helping with the leading of the city.
Well, I think we're setting a precedent. I'm against it, but
this is money coming from, we're not particularly taking money away from, it's coming from the mayor.
It's already appropriated. I understand that.
Right.
What I'm saying is that every deputy mayor that comes in, we're going to give a 2-week training or whatever it is.
I'd rather have a deputy mayor that knows what they're doing straight up than someone who's playing catch up.
Well, if the mayor was paying right and had a mayor that was on board, I mean, I got nothing against Jacob, then we wouldn't be going through this.
True. Don't disagree with that.
I don't want a 7 vote, so if somebody wants to suggest it, that's fine.
So if we don't do this, Dwayne, does this shorten Jacob's?
Jacob doesn't get paid this week because we will be short that fund.
Well, okay, so put it that way, paying Jacob, I go for that. I go for training.
We're doing this to pay Jacob. Jacob's on the short end because.
Okay, if it's for Jacob then I make a recommendation we pay. If it was for training, then no.
There you go. All right.
Okay. Hey, I asked the questions and you all gave me some good answers finally. So I got it. Thanks, Mayor.
You bet, Carl.
I agree, but with hesitation. I don't want Jacob to be
not paid
for 2 weeks.
Me neither. So I make the motion to move the money so Jacob can get paid. Poor Jacob. He's probably hard making ends meet already. I love you, Jacob. All right. Anybody disagree? Moving it?
Nope.
All right, that's the first one, Dwayne. What else?
We've got the resolution 102. That is the payment for maintenance down at the Eastgate building. There's been some work done there in the summer, but I didn't realize they had some electrical issues, and then Reef Roofing comes in and checks the roof to make sure we don't have any leaks or anything, and they found an issue that's going to cost $2,000 to get repaired. So I just put it all together in one resolution that we would approve the funding of that, of those repairs to keep the building operational. It's not to improve on anything, it's just to keep it all operational.
And what kind of money are we talking about there?
I think it was $7,000 total, wasn't it?
$7,040.
Okay. And that money's been appropriated where?
It's out of the Eastgate Fund.
Okay.
So we have the money is in the fund, we just need to appropriate saying that we can use it.
I got no objection to it. Anybody else?
Not here.
What's going on with that, the maintenance and the roof? I heard that's been leaking for a while. Are we keeping up on that or what?
Yeah, we have, I think Reef Roofing goes in and monitors that every 6 months or whatever it is, and checks to make sure that there's no other issues with it. And I know last year they had a different area that they patched. I think this is more of a central area from the photos that I got out of it. It's about 20 by 50 square, I want to say, or 50. Okay, so it's a pretty good sized area, which is part of the reason why it's worth more money.
Any other issues besides the roof?
Not that I know of. The HVAC was worked on, I checked earlier, and I think it was all okay. I think they added some exit signs, so some electrical lighting was done in the building, but nothing that was, that would be considered out of the ordinary or something that would need to be done.
Okay, thank you.
Going, this might have been out of your time, but at one point, they had a lot of roofing work done up there a few years ago. Did our part of the building get done at the same time? I think that the cords, they had like a re-roof job and everything. Did the entire building get done at that point?
No, just the cords. They just did their roof, because they had to put I know they did new trusses, and they had a whole new roofing issue that they had to deal with. And that was all separate from the rest of the building, sure.
All right, well, since we're short on time, I'll bring it up later, but think about it, Mayor, between now and the end of the month, we have another finance committee meeting. Where do we stand on the police department?
Yep.
I'd like to find out. I'm for it.
You bet.
But
Sure.
I haven't heard anything else about it.
January 11th.
Let's move on. I don't waste time.
There you go.
The attorney there wants to get on. All right, anything else, Dwayne?
The Pete Paul Consulting for the air permit for the waste, or for the the grinding kind of stuff down at the
Running around by the state hospital.
yeah.
Yep.
The state has tightened down on what they're requiring being done testing wise. We're still doing the same thing, and it's virtually not much, but because of the extra testing they're requiring, I think originally we had like 5,000 to 4,800 in there that was budgeted, and so because of the extra work, he's going to have to take it up to 7,000.
Okay. Anybody got an objection to that? I don't.
Nope.
Larry? Nope. Do it, Dwayne.
Okay.
Is that all you got? All right, Mary, what do you got?
Well, we don't have time, but we'll have it in the regular council meeting. That way, at least it's on record that we talked about it, and we can bring the insurance folks back if we need to. Bill Thompson, though, I'd like to come forward if you can, Bill, for us. This is one thing that I'd like to at least have done, at least talked about tonight, before the council meeting, and because Bill's been here since 6, I don't want to hold him up too long. So as you guys have is the map that I gave you. 2 of those parcels are owned by the Salvation Army. This is over at the Spider, as you see there. 2 of those parcels is from the Salvation Army. They're looking to gift those. We don't have a confirmation on that yet, but we're working on those 2 parcels. While we're working on those 2, we have approached Bill Thompson on the parcel of land that would finish up the new farmers market idea. Aaron Shaver, Jan Cawley, a lot of people, including the Little Turtle Waterway folks, we have all kind of discussed how the arch was going to be moved. We finally decided on that. We're looking at making 4th Street from the alleyway back towards Melbourne Avenue pedestrian only. which will protect the arch. And then we want to kind of tie that in with a brand new farmer's market. But Bill Thompson's lots are kind of essential to completing that. So Bill, if you can, maybe lay out the proposal here.
Sure, Mayor. I've been approached, at least with the idea, and I do believe that the city has been talking for some time about what to do in this area. The Melbourne Avenue project, Little Turtle Park that's down there, the current farmers market, and from what I've heard, there's some interest in that farmers market. And if the city wants to keep it in this area, I think I do have enough land that I could work with the city. The back section is about 4/10 of an acre of our lot right now. Currently, it's being used for all the construction equipment that's down there. So if you're down there, it's about the back half of what we have on between 3rd and 4th Street. It could be a nice tie-in according to the renderings that Aaron's done here to tie it into a Little Turtle, and I think in the process we can possibly also figure out some appropriate parking for the winery and figure out some appropriate parking on the back side of the State Theater as well, but rather than everybody just using an old dilapidated parking lot. So if the city wants to move forward with that, I would be receptive to letting that 4/10 of an acre go.
Okay, so I just want to let you guys know, that way you guys aren't in the dark. So as we continue to move forward with Bill and discussing that, we just wanted you as a council to know what we were doing moving forward with those plots of land.
As long as it's a betterment for Logansport, Indiana, I'll listen.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Any questions?
Nope.
Any questions from council?
Nope.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
Anybody else have anything else to do with finance? If not, I got a couple things. None? All right, we'll probably have another meeting. I got another 60 seconds here. Probably third week of January, we'll have another meeting. But some of the things that come up out of the mayor's office, if somebody's requesting to come talk to finance, do you know who that is or what it's about? She sent a note, and I sent it back and said probably the third week of, we'll see how this COVID thing is going, because Dave Moore's sitting here tonight, him and his wife both have COVID, and 2 or 3 other people have it, so God bless them all, and everything. So we'll just play it by there. Another thing that we'll bring up on the finance meeting, they've been talking probably for 50 years about a dog park. And I see the Parks Department, I got an email from Jan today, say, yeah, they've got some drawings and stuff, so I'd like for the city to think about taking the lead in appropriating some money to get them started, because I guess they got a committee together that they're going to be going someplace to get some money. So, and anybody else that wants to get on the agenda at that time, if you got your ducks in a row at that time there, and we can talk about this police department or what the fire department needs, and go from there. So, if no one else has anything else to say, it is now 6:29 and the finance committee meeting is over. 1 minute here and we get started.
I like your thinking, Carl. It is 6:30, Monday, January 4th, 2021, the first Monday of 2021. I'm Mayor Chris Martin calling to order the Logansport Common Council's regular session. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Larry Hood,
Present.
Jake Don,
Present.
Carl McCure,
Here,
Jonathan Downs,
Present.
Scott Peedy,
Present.
Amy Denthorn, absent. Dave Morris, absent.
All right, we'll start with the approval of minutes for the December 7th, 2020 meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second.
Any discussion? Call for question.
Larry Hood,
Yes.
Jason Dodd,
Yes.
Carl McPherson,
Yes.
Jonathan Mel,
Yes.
Scott Peedy.
Yes.
Minutes from December 7th are approved. I do have two folks here that I'd like to bring up. One of them, we'll start with our insurance, McGriff. If you want to come forward for us, please. We wanted to talk about some changes that we're going to be seeing. Is that correct? As far as insurance goes?
Yes, it is, Mayor. And specifically that of the workers' compensation. We met and we reviewed the entire program, but on the workers' compensation, because of the change, there is a resolution that has been presented for the review and approval by the city of Logansport. And basically, in kind of a nutshell, excuse me, I had this thing in my voice today. So we have been with Travelers on the workers' compensation line of coverage specifically. And Travelers decided throughout the year that they no longer wanted to insure municipal risk without insuring everything else. And unfortunately, they weren't competitive on everything else. So basically, we went out and we marketed the workers' compensation. We got some quotations. The most advantageous first dollar quotation for the city happens to be with the Indiana Public Employees Plan, which is a plan that is it just consists of municipal, city and county governments, public schools. That's basically the extent of it. That's all they do. They're the largest insurer, at least through the end of 2020, of municipal risk. And the reason for the requirement of the resolution is this is a long-standing insurance pool, which they operate differently than an actual insurance company that is filed with the state of Indiana. One thing that I want to assure the city of Logansport, as I discussed with the mayor and deputy mayor, is that we have a team at McGriff that all they do is due diligence. And we spend a lot of time before we partnered with the IPAP program, which is kind of in the insurance industry is full of acronyms. So IPAP is the Indiana Public Employees Plan. We did a lot of research. We researched the financials. We did an analysis on the claims paying ability, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want you to know that this is a good recommendation for the city of Logansport this year. As a reference, Cass County commissioners are with the same program. A lot of the municipals that surround Cass County currently do business in the same program, and they do an excellent job. It's all administrated in Kokomo, which is a very personal, kind of a close-knit relationship that I think is attractive. And in addition, they were the lowest price. And I'm confident that we'll get good service, and I think it'll be a good relationship.
And Brad, if you could let council know, we were facing throughout the country a lot of increases to health insurance, but Logansport was one of the lucky ones, right, to have not seen a drastic increase in our insurance rates.
No, and I'm very thankful for that, Mayor, and I'm glad you brought that up. So the insurance industry, just like all of 2020, seems like it was for all of us in many different areas of life. The insurance industry has been running hot. Again, we track this on a weekly basis. When I say hot, I mean rates have been going up for the last 6 months. We don't anticipate that's going to change. The forecast is possibly some relief by the third quarter. In this case, for the municipal accounts, most of them renew on January 1 or 12/31. So it's a very good thing. I feel like that we renewed at the time we did. Throughout all of the municipal accounts that we represent, we've been saying an average of, in some cases, up to 20%, but I would say an average of 10 to 12%. With all the coverages, the entire program, which includes the workers' compensation, and through some, negotiating behind the scenes, which is what we do. We work for the city in this case. We don't work for the carriers. We were able to bring in a 7% increase, and that's really one of the most attractive overall increases that I've seen in the last 6 months. And with our 15-year relationship with the city, we do everything we can to bring in the most competitive program, from a pricing standpoint without sacrificing any coverage. So we felt pretty good about that.
Sorry, 7% increase in cost? Is that what you said?
Yeah. And I know you've got the information. I'm sorry, I just brought the workers' compensation tonight, Mayor.
No problem.
But, we would have that available if we wanted to see it, but it was roughly 7%.
Mm-hmm.
That's on health insurance.
No, sir. This is on the city's property and liability.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So that's another issue we've got coming.
Mm-hmm.
Soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. I know.
But we're going to discuss it before the next meeting.
Any other questions for Brett King?
No?
All right.
Did excellent, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you.
Okay, and then Carl, thanks for a leadway into the health insurance, because Eric Dreyfus is here, and Eric is going to talk about the health insurance.
Well, I didn't know they were coming. Thanks, Eric. That's all right.
It was great, Carl.
We need to do something soon to help our employees. No raise. They need some help.
Well, hopefully I'm here to do that.
Oh, good.
Good evening, Council. My name is Eric Dreyfus. I'm a senior advisor with Assured Partners. Assured Partners is a top 15 employee benefits and property and casualty consulting firm in Indianapolis. I've been involved with the city over the years through prior administrations. So I met with Mayor Franklin, Mayor Kitchell, and now Mayor Martin. I put forward a proposal to Mayor Martin for Assured Partners to be, in essence, the continual employee benefits consultant on behalf of the city of Logansport. We would continue to do oversight and making sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed in regards to your health insurance program, currently with UMR and United Healthcare. UMR has already provided us some very useful information. We've only been at this for a couple weeks. December 22nd is actually the day that we were able to directly speak with UMR. And we've already been able to take some of the data that they provided us, and on the pharmacy contract alone, the pharmacy benefit that the city employees have access to, we've already shown 6-figure savings with no member disruption. Your employees would be able to seek medications at the same pharmacies, the same drugs. It's just going to be at a significantly reduced cost. We feel that the cost savings would actually more than offset our proposed fee, which is, to be honest with you, is considerably higher than what you're currently paying Brown & Brown. But then again, we're going to be doing continual oversight throughout the year. So we're going to hold UMR's feet to the fire, both from a medical standpoint, but also from a pharmacy standpoint. The big difference that we were able to uncover in just looking at the pharmacy alone was not taking advantage of the specialty medications, very expensive medications that actually could be subsidized through the pharmaceutical companies that isn't being taken advantage of today through UMR and Optum. Plus the rebates. I'm sure you've heard the rebate game. We would be able to see a significant improvement over the rebates versus the minimal amount that UMR is actually crediting off of the administration costs. they're reaping a lot more on the backside of the rebates that are actually coming in from the pharmaceutical companies in relation to what they're giving the city in a credit off your administrative fees. Right now, you're currently getting a $27 per employee per month credit, which based on 130 employees is only about $42,000 in rebates. We're showing more than twice that currently would be benefited by the city if you went that route where you would collect the rebates versus getting that credit. In addition, UMR would be able to provide Assured Partners monthly data feeds about what's going on within your plan, so we could build that into our proprietary analytics platform. So when it comes renewal time with the deputy mayor and the mayor market, we can make some really informed benefit decisions based on how the plan is running, versus just basically showing up at renewal time and going, here's your increase, and we can negotiate it down. We could actually put some real data behind what's driving the cost of the $2.2 million expense right now that the city is seeing from just the health insurance alone. So, not to mention when we would get a chance to, as your consultant, be able to negotiate the 2022 renewal, since we're already past the 2021. We feel there could be some stronger contractual savings from a stop loss or from a reinsurance perspective, which is a big chunk of what your expense is right now. Currently, the city's paying roughly about $500,000 a year in reinsurance premium to cover themselves from anything catastrophic that would occur to a member on the plan above $100,000, which is what your current individual specific deductible is currently.
Okay, fantastic. So obviously we ran out of time at the finance committee meeting, so that's why I had him talk now. So that
come back, we're going to have one about the third one.
Yeah,
the mayor lets you know when, and you come back, and we can sit here all night long as long as everybody wants to sit.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring it in front of council again, so that we're not doing things behind your back and you don't know what's going on. We want you to know what's going on. We want you to know what we're doing.
Talk about the insurance. We
Absolutely.
need to talk about our employees. They got no raise, and they got another 7 or 10%, whatever it was, on insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the council doesn't have to worry. We got our own insurance. We're not covered by anything anyway. But
right.
I think to take care of our employees we have, which is about 100, 110, whatever it is, we need to take care of them. So I agree, Mayor.
So I will go ahead and have a resolution created for the next finance committee meeting, and we'll do it there.
Yeah, we'll probably have some more data, so we'll be able to have more concrete numbers on the pharmacy specific to what the city employees and the members are utilizing today. So,
good.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Okay, reports from committees, boards, and commissions.
Finance committee met tonight, and we moved some money from mayor's account and a couple others. That was about all on the finance. So, yeah. Anybody else? Jake? Go.
Planning and Economic Development Committee had a meeting on the 21st of December to discuss plots of land that we're attempting to sell. That item is on the agenda tonight.
Anyone else? All right. Old business. Ordinance 2020-30. Councilman Nels.
Ordinance 2020-30, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, amending the fee schedule established in Ordinance 2012-30 for certain services within the Logansport Police Department. Mr. Mayor, I motion to put this to a vote.
I second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
John McPherson,
Yes.
Jake Brown,
Yes.
Jonathan Nell,
Yes.
Larry Hood,
Yes.
Scott Peet.
Yes.
Ordinance 2020-30 passes on the second reading. New business resolution 2021-101. Councilman Hood.
Resolution 2021-101 is a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, amending Resolution 2020-135, approving the payment of VPOL Consulting for air permit renewal application from the Solid Waste Fund, number 498, Mayor Martin, I ask for a vote on resolution 2021-101.
I second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Scott Peet,
Yes.
Larry Hood,
Yes.
Jonathan Allen,
Yes.
Jake Devon,
Yes.
Carl McPherson,
Yes.
Resolution 2021-101 passes. Resolution 2021-102, Councilman Peety.
Resolution 2021-102, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving payment for various maintenance needs from the Eastgate Fund number 478. Mr. Mayor, I ask for a vote on resolution 2021-102, please.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jake Devon,
Yes.
Carl McPherson,
Yes.
Scott Peet,
Yes.
Larry Hood,
Yes.
Jonathan Allen,
Yes.
Resolution 2021-102 passes. Resolution 2021-103, Councilman Pearson.
A resolution 2021-103, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, transfer and appropriation for the payroll payment for the deputy mayor position. I move that we take a vote on this, Mayor.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jonathan Allen,
Yes.
Carl McPherson,
Yes.
Jake Devon,
Yes.
Larry Hood,
Yes.
Scott Peet,
Yes.
Resolution 2021-103 passes. Resolution 2021-104, Councilman Ladon.
Resolution 2021-104, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the sale of various city-owned properties. Mayor, I ask to move this forward for a vote.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Before we do, I just want to make sure that 411 Cliff Drive, I don't see it on here. Right, I just don't want it to be backdoored at a later time.
Sure.
There is issues over there. We do need to take care of those issues one way or another. So I just want to make that clear that it is not part of this before we make a vote on it, take a vote on it.
May I ask a question? Why isn't it part of it?
There was disagreement in the committee meeting on having it sold due to concerns about whether we tear the building on the property down first or just sell it as is.
There's a building on the property.
Yes, it's really,
Why do we own it in the first place?
it was done under the Kitchell administration.
Why?
He had hopes to sell the building to someone who wanted to restore it. It's a historical home.
So the city's in the business of buying property now and then reselling it like that?
If you can make a profit,
These
why not?
other properties I can see, because most of them we got because it was arson involved and they burned the place down and we got that away.
I think
I mean, I'm just asking, I don't know.
it was good intention, and he was hoping to turn it around and get the city some money, but it just didn't pan out.
Okay, what's the city planning on doing with it now?
Well, that's the disagreement, is we don't have yet a plan going forward.
Okay, but we will.
We will. I plan
So
on-
in the next 2 or
I
3
plan on
months.
calling the meeting in the
Okay.
near future on it.
Yep, okay, good.
I had one other thing too, the bids will be opening at the LMVC, the Logansport Municipal Building Corporation meeting, March 5th at 2 o'clock in the council chambers for the vacant properties. I'll sort of pass it on by.
Okay, and how many properties we got there?
How many properties is there total?
Approximately 8, 10,
We got 9 that
9, okay.
And 411 Cliff is not.
No, get them off the city's roll and get them on the tax roll, we need the money.
That's what we're trying to do.
All right, that's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Carl. Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jake Devon,
Yes.
Carl McPherson,
Yes,
Jonathan Allen,
Yes.
Scott Peet,
Yes.
Larry Hood,
Yes.
Resolution 2021-104 passes. Moving to public comments. Anyone in the audience who would like to come forward to the mic, state their name and address. Seeing none. Council member comments?
I have a comment, Mayor Martin. I appreciate seeing our department heads here. You never know who's going to appear in the chambers that are going to have questions that, whether it's police chief, fire chief, building people or whatever. So I appreciate seeing you guys here. It just, I think it's a good idea.
Just one question, Councilman Hood. Don't make a 15-minute dissertation on when we're going to get that new fire truck.
I'm probably going to have to hold off soon for.
All right, that's for another day, Mayor. I'll shut up so we go home.
It's coming.
Huh?
It's coming, Carl.
Well, they've been, okay. October 2021? All right, 2022. All right, we got it there, Coxie.
Any other council member comments?
Yeah, I have one comment. I will not be at the next meeting. I'll be working out of state.
Super Bowl again?
Yeah, he's going to Super Bowl. Big Scott Petey. That's good. It is.
I do need to have the rules of vote mixed in.
Well, is that something we looked over? Did we need to vote on the previous resolution the second time?
Resolution's only going to be voted on once.
Okay.
I think this one's different because we're not
No, you-
appropriating any money outside the general
You did
fund.
That was the very first one.
But do we need a second reading on that? Suspend the rules?
Not on the resolution.
No, it's not.
Okay.
One time, Scott, Councilman Petey.
Okay.
I'll just make a comment. I'll just make a comment that I hope everyone had a phenomenal holiday season, and I look forward to continuing to work for the betterment of Logansport going into 2021.
Any other council member comments?
Just looking for a good year, Mayor. Everybody stay well. We don't need all these people dying.
There you go. Yep. All right, miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Call for question.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes.
Larry Hood?
Yes.
Scott Petey?
Yes.
John Pennell?
Yes.
Carl McCurry?
Yes.
All right, it is 6:53 p.m. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Hey, you go pick your paycheck up now.
Yeah, we need to have a discussion. Didn't they want to bring people in? Parties in?
Well,
I'd like to see something happen. I say,